Hey everyone, um, just sitting out here enjoying this beautiful weather that we're having. I'm in Illinois, right outside of Chicago, about 45 minutes from downtown. Um, so I wanted to get on here and talk about becoming the person that has all the things that we desire, right? It's more of a being than a doing, and the work truly is mental. You really have to decide inwardly what it is you want to experience outwardly. Because a lot of times we get so caught up, we get tripped up on the external. We focus so much on what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? The world is just so cruel. It's just so misgiving. It's so, just thinking of all these horrible things that the world is showing us. But really, the world is just reflecting back towards our own consciousness. I'm realizing that I'm kind of squinting and frowning because of the sun is in my eyes. So excuse me if I look a little mean or I have that RBF face. And we get so caught up on the external and we want to just change everybody else. We want to if my husband would just be more loving and kind and more nurturing, my children, if they would just behave, the people on my job, my business, if I could have more clients, if my bank account would just reflect what I wanted to reflect. I just need more money. I just need all these external things to change, and I don't need to do anything. I just need to remain the same and continue as is, because there's nothing wrong with me. It's something wrong with everything else outside of me. And unfortunately, that's really not how it works. Really, everything outside of you is you. Everything that you see, your children, your husband, your business, your clients, your health, your wealth, or lack thereof, is a reflection of your inner thoughts, your inner beliefs, what you consent to. Everything that you consent to, everything that you believe, everything in your consciousness, everything that you are aware of is a reflection of you. So the key to transforming your life, transforming your experiences, manifesting the life you want to have, you must change you. See, we hear this so many times. We hear it all the time. And I know I'm not the first person you're hearing it from, that the world is a magnified mirror. And you're just looking at the mirror. You're looking at the external world and you're saying, oh, toxic people there, ill health over here, crime over there. You're watching all of this and you're giving your attention to, you're having emotional reactions to these things that you do not want to keep seeing or experiencing in your life. And that's what you keep looking at every day. You're looking at that mirror and you're saying, mirror, I need you to change. And the mirror is talking back to you saying, first you first, then me. That's what the mirror is telling you. You change first. And as soon as you change and you smile back at me, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to smile right back at you. And that's literally, not figuratively, literally how your world is. Your external, everything you see is just a mirror reflection of your consciousness. And so I'll tell you what works for me. And again, this challenge isn't about techniques, because the only technique you will ever ever need is to believe in yourself. To believe that the thoughts that you have, that the feelings that you're experiencing, those things you are conjuring up, saying, yes, I am wealthy, I am healthy, I have nurturing and loving relationships. My bank account matches how I feel, even though I don't see it yet. That's what faith is, right? I believe it even though I can't see it, and I'm going to walk and be in that spirit, be in that feeling of already being that person. I'm not going to give the external any power, because the power is within me. All of the external is just reflecting old beliefs. And like the analogy that people use, like with cutting a chicken, cutting the head of a chicken or cutting the head of a neck, right? They still move around as if it's still life in it. It has the appearance of having life in it, but you know that once that head is cut off, there is no more life in that chicken, even though the extremities may still move around and appear to have life. You know, eventually it's going to die because the head has been cut off. It's the same thing with you changing your mindset and changing what you have become aware of. At first, it may appear that the old is still has life, but it doesn't. It just has the appearance of having life. Eventually, you take your attention away from it, it will die off. Remember, attention is the sap of life. So what do I do? Continuously, every day, as much as I can, allow myself to be aware of and remember. I pay attention to my thoughts. I pay attention to how I feel. And that's really all that is required. Now, you can do all those other techniques if you want to, right? There's nothing against it, because all it does is just help you to focus on what it is that you desire, right? And so it's a repetition, right? And the change comes about when you sincerely are one with the new desire, right? It's not like, you know, I'm not even going to say that. I'll start to say it's not like you can say it one time, but actually you can say it one time and mean it and sincerely agree with it, and it can manifest instantly. And then there may be other things that it may take you several times repeating and getting quiet with yourself and being in deep contemplation, meditation, and just sitting just like, man, life is so good. I am so thankful. I so appreciate my life because I came here to enjoy life, to have goodness, to have a wonderful life. We all did, and because we came to this state called duality, we allow the dual nature to have the power, when really, once you will take away the duality and get the singleness of heart, and you get your mind set on one thing and not its opposite, but you focus on the joy, the wealth, the health, and all of that, it will start to show up in your life. Well, one thing I think we have the hardest thing doing is being persistent in that new belief, because once the old self tries to appears to still have life, we take our attention off what we want and we give our attention to that which what we're seeing, and that is not faith. You do not give your attention to what is seen. What you're seeing, especially what you're seeing, does not line up with what you would like to experience. So yes, it truly is that simple, just by choosing to allow yourself to get the feeling of already being the person that you desire to be. And every moment that you can be aware of, yes, this feels really good to have all of my desires. I am truly enjoying life from moment to moment to moment. And I am just doing those things that bring joy. I am choosing to look at people differently, to see people from a different perspective, to stop calling people things that I wouldn't want to be called. Like, we're so quick to call somebody negative and toxic. But what if that was being said about you and you were just having a bad day? You just couldn't understand how to transform your life and just haven't been able to really get, hold on, allowing yourself to be in that better state. Maybe if we gave people grace and we saw people from the standpoint in which we would want people to see us, then we wouldn't be so quick to judge, right? It's just like, all of us at some point in our life we conditioned ourselves to be negative, to always see the opposite of what we truly wanted to experience. We've all been there, and since we've all been there, how can we now judge those? Because we're no longer in that place. We're no longer negative or toxic. We're now in a space of positivity and goodness and greatness. But at every turn, we keep seeing negative, toxic people. No, you keep seeing the contents of your consciousness, and you haven't completely transformed. Because if you truly were the positive, upbeat, uplifting, empowering person that you say you are, you wouldn't judge those who may not be at the same place that you are. No, you would see them, you would be the light and you would be the joy, and then they'll come like, man, how can you be so positive all the time? How could you be so happy? Show me the way, show me what's going on, enlighten me. You want to let your light so shine before men that they may see your great work and magnify your presence, the presence within you. And to magnify just means to expand, to enlarge, right? So you just want to help others by being the joy, being the light. And so the more you can decide, today is a great day. Everywhere I go, I see happy, smiling people because I'm happy and I'm smiling. So my world has to reflect that back to me because I truly am in that state. And so nothing could ever alter that. And if it did, I did it. I caused the alteration. I caused the disengagement of the joy and the harmony I said I was. Because I am the only power, and the power does not operate itself. The power has to be operated by me, by you, because ain't nobody else gonna do it. And remember, there is nobody else. In your world, there's only you and everybody else. Your environment, the people that come into your life are just reflections of your consciousness. They're coming to play the role that you have set for yourself, the law of your being that you have created for yourself. As the Bible reminds us, we are a law unto ourselves. We create laws that we live by, and a lot of us have created laws that we don't want to live by. Some of us have created the law of lack, the law of illness and disease, the lack of disharmony. We have created disharmony and unforgiveness, not being loving, not being kind. We have created this, and we said, people are just so disloyal, they're so dishonest, and then you wonder why they come into your life and show you exactly what you believe to be true. Now you have to decide, no, I'm going to see people as I am. I'm honest, I'm loyal, I'm giving, I'm trusting, I'm kind, I'm harmonious, and that's what has to be reflected back to me because I am the power. I am the consciousness that created all of this. So yes, like I said, you can continue to do all the different techniques because there are 1,001 techniques out there. I truly believe that the law of life is the law of belief. And all you have to do is get to the place where you believe that you are the being that you desire to be. And it really comes with taking time to yourself. Being one with your thoughts, one with your feelings. Do that more often. Do more being and less doing. Leave the world alone. It really is true. Leave the world alone and just work on you, your inner peace, your inner joy, your inner wealth, your inner health, your inner love, relationships, and then you're just going to see that reflected back to you. That is law, but you have to believe it. You have to accept that it is true, and it will be your reality. Nobody else in this world is greater than you. Nobody else is, is smarter than you, more intelligent than you, more wise than you. Everything you see is just a reflection of your consciousness, and it's showing you that, hey, you created that. And if you created that, you can have it for yourself. You created to see it, to give you an example of what it looks like and say, hey, I created all this, I'm visualizing, I'm seeing it. So the reason I'm seeing it is because it's within my consciousness. Then if I like it, I continue to, get the feeling of it feeling good, it feeling wonderful. And if I'm seeing something that I don't like, only thing I have to do, take my attention away from it. I don't judge it, I don't condemn it, I don't compare it, I do none of that. I don't do any of that. I just let it be. Just see it from a new perspective. So yeah, that's all I want to talk with you guys today. And yeah, I have some things coming up that we'll be sharing with you all, some really exciting things that I think that will help get to the masses, and something that you can have on a daily thing. Oh, I might as well say it. So I've decided that I'm going to write 2 books. One book is called The Recipe for Life. If you've been on my channel, you've seen that I've posted a couple of things relating to that. I also gave a presentation regarding it, and I'm also going to do a daily affirmation book. I think really, I believe, and I know to be true, that words have power, and what we say on a daily basis from moment to moment really affects our experiences in life. And so I want to do a compilation of favorite scriptures from the Bible, as well as my own personal affirmations. So guys, yeah, tell me how you feel about that. If it's something that you would purchase, if it's something you would want to help inspire, enlighten, empower, to remind you of who you are, something to reference, a quick handy book. It end up being an ebook to start, and maybe it may become an actual book, something that you can carry with you. But we carry our phones all the time. Everything is more digital products now. So, but I know some people like the touch of pages as well. So yeah, that's what I have on my horizon. And I'm almost finished with my affirmation book. I just got to do some small little details. So maybe within the next week, maybe next week, the affirmation book will be coming out. And then I already have my outline for the Recipe for Life book. And that may, we'll see. Maybe 1 or 2 weeks, maybe next month. We'll see how it flows. Just letting it organically come together and let it all flow from within. So yeah. Tell me what you guys think. Put it in the comments. And yeah. And as I say, I am your spiritual cheerleader. I am cheering you on to victory, a victorious life, the life you've always dreamed of, you can most certainly have. And I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. With that, make this day great.